Well, hello everyone. We're getting into the last part to Chaos Theory episode 16, but before we do that, I would just like to say thank you guys for tuning in to all three parts if you have, and if you haven't, well, you might want to go check out those other two parts first. Got them all up in a playlist for you if you would like to check that out for the Picfed itself, but other than that, all I can say is enjoy and remember to stay defiant. Well, this one wasn't exactly on my reference sheet, but we got the Shield here in the ring. Well, for whatever reason, the Shield want their tag team opponents at the pay-per-view, William Regal and Umaga, to come out here. Mind you, the big fun story here, we've got cousin versus cousin, blood versus blood featured in this tag match with Umaga and Roman Reigns, and well, a nice little matchup with William Regal and Seth Rollins if you think about it. Well, I mean, Seth Rollins did want to up the stakes here, but I don't know if he wanted to up them like that as the lights went out and the House of Black is here after sending a message to the Shield on the UK tour after Malachi Black fought Cody Rhodes, and they're attacking the Shield. Malachi Black feeding elbow strikes to John Moxley as Brody King and Buddy Matthews take down Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins here. As, oh, look at this, they're going in for a tag team maneuvers. Buddy Matthews just assisted into that pile driver, and well, Malachi Black just hit Moxley with a black mass, sending an immediate message here to the Shield, and well, you could even say to their challengers and Umaga and Regal as well. We do really need to get into this tag action, so we shall be back before you know it. All I'm going to say is we have quite exciting action still left with the main event, but up next we also have tag team action. Well, that was an interesting message delivered from the Briscoes, but here we would like to give a special shout out to Casey Heights V2 on Instagram. He's a customizer who I've been talking to recently over there on Instagram, and while I may have commissioned a couple of things as well, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. But also, if you guys could, please feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe, and well, let's get into this tag team match. Whoa, I hope you guys are ready for this one, as we've got two members of the Pinnacle going up against my boy Tyler, and what he has told me will be a very, very special tag team partner. All I can say is, well, technically I am somewheres backstage pre-recording this, as it was recorded earlier on before the event. I will just say this. We did that just so then that way I wouldn't get caught in any crosshair, because we all know how the Pinnacle like to run things here, and well, my neck's still a little stiff after taking that pile driver in the UK tour, but of course I'm still able to commentate here, which is why you still hear me, and well, you've heard me since the beginning of the show, but that's besides the point, as we've got Shawn Spears and the North American Champion, Wardlow. If you want to get into the specifics, that North American Championship, it may not be a DDW staple as it was gifted to Wardlow from MJF, but Wardlow, he's carried that championship like it is a staple here. He has defended that championship, and well, if Tyler and his tag partner win here tonight, they will be forced, well, not be forced, he will be forced to defend that North American Championship against his tag team partner. Well, I don't know about you, but I am excited to get into this entrance in specific, as we've got the debut of Tyler, my boy, who does co-commentary with me, and well, after this matchup, he will also be on commentary, so stay tuned for that. If you love to hear us bullshit on the commentary team, will also still taking our job serious enough. Either way, it doesn't matter, as here comes the Rooster himself, the Razorback. We've got Tyler finally in the house, making his way down to the ring. And well, we can't get a little bit of pre-matchups jumping going on here, so I guess Sean Spears is doing the right thing. I almost called him Sean Pierce, but that's besides the point. Tyler is in the ring now, and well, we're getting into who his tag team partner is, and I'm not exactly sure who that is. He's got a very interesting sleeve of tattoos there though, and he's covering his face with a mask. Will he reveal himself? I don't know. Maybe it's Joe Hendry with a tattoo sleeve. Maybe, just maybe, it's me. Not to break the silence, but who else better than your right-hand man to help you out in your debut matchup? We get that pre-matchup assault here anyways, as the bell rings and Tyler is forced to go one-on-one with Wardlow right now, as Wardlow just turned him inside out with that gut-wrench suplex. And well, he grabbed the bad arm, and Tyler, he took no hesitation and double legging him, and now he is just beating on the forehead and temple area of Wardlow here, trying to get his ones in, I guess you could say, but Wardlow rolls him over and just deadlifts him into a choke slam, and that was quite an interesting way to see that. But here I am suplexing Sean Spears on the outside as Wardlow takes him in for another chokeslam, but Tyler turned him inside out with a DDT reversal there as he comes bouncing off the rope, but gets hit with that gorilla clothesline. And well, Wardlow picks him up for a powerbomb, but he reversed it into a Hurricane Rana, and then I kicked him in the face as Tyler hits a German suplex, taking Wardlow off his feet, but not for very long, as he runs in with a jumping knee strike, nails him with another DDT, turning him inside out for me to come in with a diving elbow drop. That was a beautiful representation there, almost looking like a froggy bow, as I hit Wardlow in the chin with a big boot, something I didn't think I'd be able to do, as I just got knocked down with a clothesline here, as Tyler looking a little concerned, as I am just kind of getting jumped here, but it doesn't matter as Tyler comes flying in, and he got caught. No, Tyler, he is being driven through the announce table from in the ring with an F10, spinning around like a helicopter, if you recognize that meme, shout out to you. But I just drop-kicked Wardlow out of the ring, and Sean Spears kicks me in the face anyways as he shows off to the crowd. I will say it is kind of weird commentating a matchup for myself. This almost feels like a SVR game playing as Jerry Lawler, as I hit an Alabama Slammer. And then I send Shawn Spears into the ropes, and he comes back down onto my knees. And here I am being a submission specialist, just rolling him through into a Boston Crab. But Shawn Spears, he outpowers me and sends me to the outside as well. What's gonna happen next is Shawn Spears, he's taking his time. He is gloating to the crowd as he doesn't know what's about to hit him as I come flying in with a phenomenal forearm. And I hit that cover immediately. And I do not get the victory for my team here as well. That's a little disappointing, you could say. But this could go either way as we are showing a little bit more skill here. It's not like we just came into the ring together, no training. We did train a little bit beforehand as I hit a beautiful brainbuster. And of course, I would go in for the pinfall immediately, but Shawn Spears, he reverses it into a crucifix pin as I kick out of that, and I stand up immediately and hit a standing leg drop. As we can see, Wardlow and Tyler are slowly recovering here as I got Shawn Spears in the corner, but he puts me in the corner and starts ramming that shoulder into my midsection as Tyler gets a sneak tag in, and I give Shawn Spears the boot. Here we go. We're paying a little homage to Team Extreme with the twist of fate. But Tyler accidentally hit the swanton on me as Wardlow sends him flying into the corner, and he accidentally knocked down the referee. I don't know if that was a part of the plan or not, but they threw me to the outside, and they planned to get Tyler down and out. But FTR are also making their way down to the ring. Is this a part of the plan, or is this something that MJF just kind of threw out into the wind based off of the chance that me and Tyler are actually whooping some ass here? But it doesn't matter as he just got hit with a shatter machine. And while as Shawn Spears and Wardlow look over Tyler's limp body like dead meat, I am being taken out to the trash as I just got hit with a assisted pile driver to the outside. But it's Ospreay, as I don't know where they are, but Will Ospreay's music hits as they came out of the crowd and they take out FTR. That is quite amazing shit right there, as I don't know about you. I was just about to say, but I see Adam Cole in the corner, and if you don't know, Hangman Adam Page and Wardlow will go one-on-one for the North American Championship that Wardlow just got hit in the back with as Nick Jackson just super kicked Shawn Spears. We've got a little bit of elite interference here tonight, and I can't say I'm necessarily complaining as they're not attacking us. They're just going after the Pinnacle here as we see a double super kick as Adam Cole hit the boom. But we all know what's going to be coming up next. We've got the Hangman looking for that buckshot lariat as the Elite hold up Wardlow and Shawn Spears as he takes them both out with a double buckshot. And Matt Jackson just threw a stray super kick at Tyler, taking him out. And of course, I'm still sadly beaten down on the outside, but Hangman doing us a favor as he runs off with that North American Championship. He just did us the ultimate solid as he dragged Tyler over Shawn Spears, who is the legal man right now. 1, 2. Will the referee count any faster? Thankfully he does, as we have somehow won the match. It's almost kind of unbelievable to think, but without the Elite's help here, we wouldn't have been able to do it in the sense, but I believe we could have. Well, hello everyone, and just a little quick reminder that if you guys enjoy what you see here tonight with the Picfed, we have everything from night 1 of the Golden Glory Tournament, our very first show, all the way to modern day, right here in a playlist just for you, along with any other exclusive backstage segments that happen after the show and or other things that may have happened just outside of the ring of damn Defiant Wrestling. But on top of that, all I can say is I hope you guys have been enjoying the show so far, and well, let's get into this main event. All I can say is we got my boy Tyler here on commentary with this John Cena promo, but we're getting his headset to work right now, so BRB.
Well, guys, we are here for the main event of Chaos Theory episode 16, and besides me is the man of the hour. His name is the Razorback Tyler, and well, how's your back feeling, Tyler?
It feels like shit, Derek, and I gotta say, before this match gets started, Matt Jackson is a bitch, and I'm coming for his ass.
Well, no diddy there, but you know, besides the hatred for the elite here, we've got a former elite leader here in himself. We've got the world champion Cody Rhodes, a expedited leader, you could say, as Hangman and the Young Bucks have gone rogue. But that's besides the point. The big point here as well. As mentioned, we're here for the main event. We've got the American Nightmare Open Challenge number 20. I can't even lie, I get a little bit of goosebumps saying that out loud. 20 defenses this man has had since winning that world championship, and well, that's not even including the pay-per-views.
He's been a great champ. I've enjoyed every single title defense he's had, and I can't wait to see who answers 20.
Well, it seems it's gonna be a little bit of shattered dreams, as I'm getting a little excited for this, as if this is true. We've got some brother versus brother action for you, and I want to say it's so, as I recognize that skull. I want to say it's his AEW video, if I'm remembering correctly.
And it is indeed. It is the man, the myth, the legend, one of the most underrated wrestlers in our business. It's Dustin Rhodes.
It is, but he's sporting his prior gimmick and the Goldust moniker, wearing a Cody Rhodes t-shirt at that. I will say at least he's showing a bit of sportsmanship towards his sibling here tonight as he gets ready to try to take that championship away from him. All I can say is I can understand the meaning that Goldust has to Dustin Rhodes. It may not have been the prettiest period, but it still put him on the map. But he doesn't want to be exactly known as just Goldust. He is the artist formerly known as Goldust, and just what a little symbolic meaning to that. Just a little switch in that promo there. You can tell Dustin is game on for this matchup, and while the bell has rung, who do you think's going to have the advantage first here, Tyler?
You gotta go with Cody, man. He's been out here doing everything he can, but when it's brother versus brother, sibling versus sibling, normally the older sibling always has the edge here, and Dustin, he's gotta lock in here if he wants to be heavyweight champion. He doesn't want to be known as just Goldust. Hell, I want to be known as heavyweight champion if I were him.
Well, I mean, I can't blame him for that one if that's the case. Whether it's to become the world heavyweight champion or just to be able to say that the Goldust character was taken a little bit more seriously, even if he had to leave WWE to do it. And well, he's showing why it should be taken more seriously, as he nails a beautiful drop kick. And
what a move.
yeah, indeed, what a move. And he grabs him from behind, no Diddy, and rolls him up. Will he get the pin here? And he does not. And Cody Rhodes rolled him up immediately. And honestly, I was about to say I'm a little scared, because normally for Goldust, he probably would have lost there. But Goldust is not the man here in the ring. That's what we're trying to get across here. This is Dustin Rhodes, and well, he may have the headlock here, but Cody Rhodes pushes him off and takes him into the other set of ropes, and we're kind of having a little relay, but it's just a little backwards here as Cody Rhodes goes in for a leapfrog, but Dustin knew the tricks.
That might be all here.
And sadly, it's not, as I can't believe he just caught him in midair like that. That's something that I recognize Jake Hager doing a few times to some of his smaller opponents. But it doesn't matter, as Jake Hager isn't here. It's Dustin versus Cody Rhodes for the DDW World Heavyweight Championship, and that's what these men are fighting so hard for. That's what Cody Rhodes has been fighting through injuries for, as he hits a code red out of the corner. And he almost won, but Goldust got up last second with another back and forth fight attempt for the pin.
So many near falls here. I mean, this is what happens when you take two men that know each other so well and put them against each other in this business.
It is indeed, and after a beautiful power slam and a thrust kick to the face, Cody Rhodes goes up and hits that disaster kick. And, well, I can't lie, that looked like it could have broken the jaw of Dustin if he hit it just right. But Dustin is still able to breathe as he drops to the knee for an uppercut.
Two men who know each other so well, like I've been saying all match, going at it for the top prize in this company. I mean, it just doesn't get better than this. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're happy to be here, as honestly, I don't think we could have had any better matchup for the main event right now, as Dustin is putting on a wrestling clinic. Of course, what did you expect from the son of a plumber? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean, and he's got this submission locked in, and Cody's leg is already messed up, so I can only imagine the pain that Cody is experiencing right now.
You got that right. That knee brace isn't just for show. That's actually a little bit of symbolism, as the horse is slowly starting to get beat up, as it's been forced to go on the racetracks a little too often. But speaking of a beat up horse, this one's still pulling out new tricks as he hit a clothesline in the corner and hit his brother with a bulldog. And he doesn't get it. I am a little astounded right now. The goosebumps are coming back as Dustin throws his brother in the corner and he's just bashing his face in.
I don't think it gets any closer than that most recent pin attempt by Dustin. He's got to keep going. He can't let off the gas, even though this is his brother, if he wants to be champion. What's more important, family or gold?
That's true, and, you know, going back to he's got to keep the gas going. No Jacob Fatu here, but this match has been all gas, no brakes, as we've had very little time to breathe here. And, well, Cody Rhodes hits a pedigree. Shades of Triple H. And, well, he gets that cover, but at what cost? As it looks like he might have hurt his knee a little bit on the landing there. And now he's starting to show it a little bit more that he did not get the victory.
Looks like Cody's shovel isn't as shiny as Triple H's, because he is not burying his brother tonight.
Oh, that's on God. And you know what else is on God? We've got a hockey fight here in the house, as they're going back and forth with blows for blow. And this isn't no standard college kid party with this blow either, as they're really hurting each other here tonight.
Back and forth, neither man willing to give an inch. This is for the top prize in this company.
And this is exactly why they are going so hard on every single strike, even if Cody is nailing short arm punches. But speaking of that, Dustin switched it up, nailed him with an elbow, and he hits him with a crossroads.
This might be over.
And if it is over, what a way to take the horse out back and put him out of his misery. But Cody Rhodes kicked out here, and honestly, I'm a little astounded, but he's going in for the final cut, and he turns him around and nails the final cut.
This has to be it.
I can't believe that he actually just kicked out there. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say I can't believe he just won, but sadly he didn't. But he just jumped straight in for his own code red, playing a little shades to what happened earlier, and exactly with what happened earlier, Cody Rhodes playing it back into his favor, but Dustin kicks out.
Just barely.
And Cody, he's jumping up to the top. He's flying in backwards for that Cody cutter from the top, but he might have hurt his neck on the way down. I don't know if you would recall, but Cody Rhodes, he's had a few bad landings when it comes to his neck throughout this series here. He's actually landed face first from a moonsault in one of his matches, and he still defends this championship week in, week out. The only exceptions are, you know, joint shows and maybe live event tours.
Cody, I mean, I love Cody. I'm a big Cody guy. Everybody knows this. But this American Nightmare Open Challenge isn't very smart by the champion. But nevertheless, he's showing his guts.
Well, that's what a fighting champ does, and that's something even John Cena has recognized in the past, as back in, 2015, if I recall correctly, he had his own open challenge, but it just didn't last nearly as long, but that's probably because it wasn't for the top prize. Speaking of top prize, both of their backs just took a top prize in the middle of the ring from that superplex.
I don't even think it's going to come down to a matter of who out-wrestles who. It's going to come down to whose body gives up first, whose body gives out first.
Well, I mean, that's one thing we can say, especially as of now, as Dustin just kicked out of the final cut, and Cody's getting frustrated. Cody, he was mentoring under John Cena back in the day, so of course he's got the spirit to never give up. But so doesn't Dustin, as he was forced to watch as his father was just idly wasted by and forced to wear polka dots, as he was also then himself forced to wear some pretty weird things we don't want to get into, honestly.
But Dustin, he's not showing any of that tonight. He's showing the ability to out-wrestle anybody back there in the locker room, let alone the top guy, his own little bro, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, speaking of that, one of his former tag team partners in Booker T just had a little shining moment here as he hit the bookend. Sadly, it didn't end the matchup, though. And he went for a clothesline there, but there was just kind of like a little stoppage, like a little acknowledgement of this is the last thing I might do, but I'm gonna at least attempt it, as Cody Rhodes reversed it into a crossroads for the finish. My God, what a great, intense matchup we had here tonight.
Just as I predicted, it came down to whose body gave out first, and unfortunately for Dustin, it was Cody.
But at least Dustin was able to get back up to his own 2 feet, and now we have a little brotherly bonding moment as he raises his brother's hand here for the...
Sometimes these thoughts in my head speak so loud. Every little thing that I think about just builds on top of the pain and doubt. Even though I wanna just let it out, I try to act like I don't mind it, try to keep my mouth so quiet, but sitting there in my silence just seems to amplify it. When I thought that keeping this inside would make it better, I never thought that I would end up ruining it forever.